And the temple will make sure that after it's re-energized, giving the seed back to redistributing to the community with the blessings of so very important part. And now the Ihundi part, the meaning of this verse is as follows. Devi is fond of true devotion and is realized through true devotion. She can be won over through true devotion. She removes all the fear. If there is any fear in the minds of devotee, Devi is sure to remove that fear. It is stated in it is stated that Devi likes to be worshipped in autumn. Here, it is meant that autumn of our lives, when thoughts turn more and more inwards. The role of divine is known and understood clearly. The need for Devi worship becomes more stronger. Shambhavi, the consort of Shambhu, Lord Shiva, Sharadaradhya, means worshipped by Shraddha, Saraswati. Shravani, the wife of Lord Shiva, Linga Purana says, Lord Shiva is called Sharva in his earth form. Shramadaini, Devi who bestows happiness on the devotees. You can offer your gratitude and devotion to Devi Parashakti by offering your Kanika, and your name shall be chanted out during the puja to Devi. So, the Sankalpa, the next ritual for offering to Devi Parashakti is Sankalpa chanting.
We have the beautiful offering of the Sankalpa to all the viewers who do not know what Sankalpa is. Sankalpa is, the literal meaning of Sankalpa is conscious resolution, where many of us in our lives, we of course always want many things, such as we want the beautiful relationships, we want to attract good wealth, we want to attract good people around our life, we want to attract health. So all of us have all these wishes that we have, but only when it is converted into a conscious resolution, when you hold this with a deep, intense desire, with a deep, intense feeling connection to the divine, by surrendering to the divine and let the divine make that happen for you, only then it becomes a sankalpa. As in the various rituals we would have heard, Mama Sankalpa, Shiva Sankalpamastu, where we say, we declare that let my conscious resolution become the conscious resolution of Paramashiva, where whatever desire that we have inside, many of us you might have tried for months to get a promotion in your job, and something would be stopping you, whether it might be your health or your family or your other requirements, or it might just be a feeling of a deep laziness or boredom that you're having towards your work, but you still want the promotion to happen. And just by surrendering to the divine, when you have given your best and when you have tried your best and you see it is not moving, then of course you know that it is time for you to relax and for you to just surrender to the divine and let the divine become your co-creator, let the divine make that happen for you. And here we have the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gracing all of us in the form of Devi Parashakti, who is the cosmic mother, where you can ask anything that you want to Devi Parashakti, as though she is your Jagat Janani, she is your mother. And we have a beautiful opportunity to offer this Sankalpa, this conscious resolution at the feet of Devi Parashakti. So with that context, here we have the verse from the Devi Mahatmyam, the 12th chapter, verse 34. Taye tanmohyate vishvam, saiva vishvam prasuyate, saya chitta cha vijnanam, tushta ruddhim prayachati.
The meaning of this verse is the goddess enchants this universe, and she herself gives birth to this universe. That goddess, being prayed without interest in anything, gives that knowledge that leads to salvation and gives wealth in materialistic sense. So this is from Devi Mahatmyam, chapter 12, verse 34. So the offering to Sankalpa chanting, the nominal price, the donation for this Sankalpa chanting is $1 United States dollar. Offering the Sankalpa conscious resolution blesses the person offering with all fruition of the desires and wishes he is yearning for. And as Tattva Maharaj explained, and your Sankalpa becomes the Shiva Sankalpa. And the cosmos will bless your Sankalpa. Now we move to the next section of significance of offering the gold. The gold is present in all scriptures, Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, and Puranas. In all Hindu scriptures, it is abundantly displayed that gold is the most auspicious and purest metal which purifies our being. In Hindu civilization, everything was built in gold, exchanged in gold. Rituals, fees were offered in gold bricks. When one was to be saved from life-threatening illness, gold was offered as a ritual fee. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts of commodities, including cows. So in ancient scriptures, or even just few hundred years back, you'll see the Hindu civilizations, mostly they believed in gold and they traded the Swarna Mudras. So Swarna Mudras are very common in Agamas, Vedas, Shrutis, Smritis, Itihasas, Puranas. And also the Artha Shastra of which Kautilya Artha Shastra, it explains the importance of the gold and even the quality of the gold, like how we talk about gold 24 karat. It explains the importance of the purity of the gold and how it is so important. And we did not have, like Tattva Maharaj was explaining, the health of the civilization was not by a country, was not based on the army and how much military might they have, how many missiles they have, how many nuclear missiles or weapons they have, but it was how the inner strength of the people and the knowledge of the people. So and it was the gold which was the currency, how much gold holdings they had. So when one was to be saved from life-threatening illnesses, gold was offered as a ritual price. Gold was in abundance and used for weighing equivalent amounts for commodities, including cows. So you can see the importance of cows, which was given even in ancient days. Not ancient days, even recently, Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj and his guru, on the coin it was written, Go Brahmana, means cow, and Brahmanas, like the importance of this. Kingdoms were built with huge doors of gold. The streets would have huge columns and huge archways made of gold. Horses, cows were dressed in gold. Significance. So Hindu civilization thrived on banks of rivers of gold. Indus River, which is like in our scriptures, it is Sindhu River, Sapta Sindhu River, was called Hiranyamaya, river of gold. In Rig Veda, the river Saraswati was called Hiranyavartini in Atharva Veda. Gold is the supreme element for offering gifts to ones you love and revere. Temples are constructed and paved in gold. Deities are made in gold and decked and adorned in gold because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years. It lasts forever. So you have to remember this point, why the temples are constructed and paved in gold, why the deities are made in gold, why they are decked and adorned in gold, because it preserves the enlightenment energy for thousands of years and it lasts forever. So that's the importance, and that's what His Divine Holiness, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, is again and again stressing the importance of the gold and moving to the gold currency instead of the fiat currency, which is based on fear. And so.
Yes, so we saw about the wonderful context on the divine element of gold, and you will now be seeing the various golden offerings which Bhagavan Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti have described in the Vedas and Agamas. And let us now look at the offerings after a short break.
Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness.
Nithyananda, welcome back. Now we'll be discussing the different offerings of gold. The Sahasranama Swarna Kasu. The offering donation for this seva is 75 USD, 151 USD, and 251 USD. And the Shastra Pramana for this offering is Nama Parayana Prita. She who likes the repetition of her various names. This verse is from Lalita Sahasranama and verse number 731. This is the offering of 1008 names of Devi Parashakti. It is very special and unique archana offered to Mahameru of Devi Parashakti. Offer gold coin to Devi Parashakti to manifest any dimension or attribute of hers that you always wanted to imbibe within. The next offering is the Mukta Anguthi, the finger ring with the pearl. The offering price for this is 251 USD, 501 USD, and 750 USD. And the Shastra Pramana for this verse is as following.
The Shastra Pramana for the offering of the Mukta Anguthi is from the Meenakshi Pancharatnam, the verse 2. Muktahara lasatkirita ruchiram purnendu vaktra prabham sinjannu purakinkini manidharam padma prabhabasuram sarvabhishta phalapradam girisutam vani rama sevitam Meenakshim pranatosmi santatamaham karunyavaranidhyam.
The meaning of this verse is as follows. I bow to Goddess Meenakshi, whose crown has garlands of pearls and the face shining like a full moon, who wears anklets that are studded with gemstones and has small bells, who is shining like a splendor of lotus, who grants all the wishes, the daughter of mountain. He is worshipped, who is worshipped by Goddess Vani and Rama. I remain ever bowing to the Goddess Meenakshi, the ocean of compassion. So here, daughter of mountain like Parvati and Goddess Meenakshi. So you can do all the offerings to Devi Parashakti on this URL of tiny.cc Devi offerings, Devi-offerings. And we have a lot of volunteers. We have acharyas who will guide you through how you can do these donations. You can put your comments in the comment box. Now we'll move to the next offering. So the offering of Mukta Anguthi. The Mukta Anguthi, the price of the donation for this offering, 251, 501, and 750 USD. And the offer finger ring with pearl to Cosmic Mother and experience blessings and healings with your mother. The next offering for Devi Parashakti is the Swarna Padma Pushpa, golden lotus. The cost of this offering is 600 USD. And the Shastra Pramana for this is as follows.
The Shastra Pramana for the offering of the Swarna Padma Pushpa is from the Kamikagama. Ashtavidyeshwaropeta kumbhavarna samyutam sarve sasutra vastradhya hema pankaja bhushita sapidhanas sakurchascha pakva bilva phalaprabha snapanadhyaga samsiddha pramanena samanvita.
So the meaning of this verse from Kamikagama is as follows. All the kalashas should be wound around with suitable thread and covered with new cloth. They should be adorned with lotus flower made of gold. The Swarna Padma Pushpa, golden lotus, the offering price, the donation for this is 600 United States dollars. There are hundreds of scriptural references for using lotus in worship of Paramashiva. Almost everything in worship of the ultimate involves the consecration of deities, of worship or meditating in the mudras and asanas used during the worship involves lotus flower, lotus leaf, lotus pericarp, lotus petals. The lotus is the divine flower. So Shakti of Paramashiva is also called lotus. So you saw in this word, the meaning is meditating on mudras and asanas used during worship involves lotus flower. So you see, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, most of the times you will see he is sitting in Padmasana. Padmasana means the lotus pose, basically. And you'll see most of the Hindu deities are in the lotus mudra, or even if you see the Shiva, he will be also having the lotus underneath, and also Shakti of Paramashiva is also called as lotus, or Nithyanandeshwara, Nithyanandeshwari. There's a big lotus underneath. So the base of Paramashiva Linga is lotus. The disciple of Paramashiva is considered as a lotus about to bloom. Offer the gold lotus in any size you wish to and express gratitude to Tyaga and sacrifice to your own mother. So the next offering is Swarna Methi, gold touring. The offering price for this donation is 750 United States dollars, and the Shastra Pramana is as.
The Shastra Pramana for the offering of the Swarna Methi is Nakhadit iti sanchanna namajjanatamo guna padadvaya prabhajala parakrita saroruha.
The meaning of this verse is as follows. You whose brightness from toenails destroys the darkness of ignorance from the minds of your devotees who prostrate at your feet. You whose brightness from your 2 feet overpowers that of the lotus flower too. So this offering to Devi Parashakti, the Shastra Pramana, was from Shlokam number 83 of Saundarya Lahari, which states that the nails have been sharpened by constantly being touched by the crowns of the celestial beings who always prostrate before Devi. Tamoguna is darkness in the stotra. Tamas is indicative of ignorance in the minds of devotees, and by constantly prostrating before Devi, their ignorance is removed and they attain knowledge. So this is from Saundarya Lahari, which is written by Adi Shankaracharya. And the next offering is Swarna Methi, golden touring. So the offering, the donation is 750 USD. Offer the touring to Devi, adorning her sacred feet to be in constant gratitude for receiving her blessings even in the most difficult aspects of your life. And you can do the offering to Devi Parashakti on tiny.cc/Devi offerings. Now we move to the next offering, Swarna Mangatika, the gold hairline jewelry. It's called Chudamani in Hindi, so in Sanskrit. So the donation for this seva is 750 United States dollars. And the Shastra Pramana for this offering is Sudha Sharabhi Varshini, she who makes nectar flow in all our nerves from Sahasrahara, that is, she who gives the very pleasant experience of the ultimate. The Mangatika represents the nectar flowing from Sahasrahara Chakra, which is fully opened. Offer the Mangatika to Devi and receive blessings of achieving the blissful state of overflowing gratitude and space of complete completion. Now,
so with that, we come to the end of all the offerings to Devi Parashakti. And if you would like to offer the offerings, you can log on to tiny.cc/Devi-offerings to make the offering to Devi Parashakti. And of course, if you need any assistance in making the offering, you can connect with any of the acharyas on the social media platforms, and we'll be happy to help all of the participants. We have many viewers commenting on our live video. Yashodan Kulkarni Ayya, Shrintya Pritananda, Ma Asha Kiran, and Christian Silva. And if any of the viewers, and if any of you would like to offer the various offerings to Devi Parashakti and to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, you can express your desire in the chat, and we'll be guiding you on how to make the offerings to Devi Parashakti. And of course, in the later part of this session, just in a few moments, we will be guiding all the participants on how to make the offerings. We will walk you through the whole process on how you can make the offerings to Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And with that, let's all come back after a short break.
Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness.
Nithyanandam, welcoming back all the viewers watching us live. We will now be beginning the offerings to the Guru, where we have the first offering we have the first context, the benefits of offering from the Kularnava Tantra, the 12th chapter, verse 12. Na paduka paro manyo, na deva shri gurof paraha, na hi shaptat paradiksha, na punyam kula pujanat. There is no mantra higher than Paduka, no God higher than Guru, no initiation higher than the Shakti, and no merit higher than Kula worship. This is the first context that Paramashiva gives in the Kularnava Tantra about the benefit for offering to the Guru. The next, again, we have the Shastra Pramana from the Kularnava Tantra, the 12th chapter, verse 120. Rikta hastascha no peyad Rajanandevatam Gurum Palapushyaambaradini Yatha Shakya Samarpayet Evam Yo Nachara Devi Brahmarakshasatam Prajet. One should not approach royalty, the deity, or the Guru empty-handed. he should offer fruit, flower, cloth, and the like according to his capacity. One who does not do so becomes a Brahmarakshasa. So here again, Paramashiva gives the benefit and the context of approaching the Guru, approaching the divine, how to approach, and by the grace of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, all of us are receiving this beautiful Parashakti Akashic readings, the Devi BHAVASAMADHI Darshan, which even after doing tapas for thousands of years is hard to achieve, hard to please Devi Parashakti. But here, just with the click of a button, we are able to have the darshan of Devi Parashakti. And with that space of devotion to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, he has graced us with all these different kind of offerings. The first offering is the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, which is offering to the divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The donation amount is 1008 US dollars, and here we have the Shastra Pramana, the scriptural reference from the Pularnava Tantra, the 12th chapter, verse 5. Koti koti mantra japa, koti tirtha vagahanat, koti devachana devi, parashri paduka smritihi. O Devi, remember this paduka which yields infinitely greater merit than billions and billions of mantra japa, billions and billions of pilgrimages, and billions of worship. And that is the beautiful Shastra Pramana that we have for the offering of the Pratyaksha Pada Puja, the offering of worship to the sacred divine lotus feet of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And the next offering that we have is the Vastralankara Seva, the offering where we get to offer the sacred cloth and jewels that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is wearing. And here we can see on the picture to our right where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is adorning the Kashaya Vastra, which is the auspicious cloth worn by the monks as prescribed in the Agamas. And we can also see the various Sarvalankara, the jewelry that as per the scriptures in the Agamas and Vedas, how Parashakti adorns all the sacred jewelry. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism adorning all those sacred jewelry. And these are the two sevas that we can offer to the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. And of course, we have the beautiful Paramashivoham level 3 program that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gracing all of us with. And now we will be walking you through how to offer or how to register yourself for the Paramashivoham level 3 program. So I request all the viewers, all the participants watching us live on the various YouTube and Facebook channels, all of us can see the screen where we'll now be showing you how to offer and how to register yourself for the Paramashivoham level 3 program. So here we can see the official page of the Paramashivoham program, which is kailasa.org/Paramashivoham. And once you go to the program, you can begin by looking at the various aspects of the program. Paramashivoham will make you experience and manifest the state, space, powers, being, and superconsciousness of Paramashiva. Paramashivoham is an immersive 21-day event to teach you the science of manifesting the ultimate consciousness in you. The science begins with awakening the Paramashiva, discovering the Paramashiva in you, and then getting established in this true identity by manifesting powers of Paramashiva. It is not just a meditation program. It is pushing humanity to the next level of consciousness, to the consciousness of Paramashiva, the ultimate superconsciousness as per Hinduism. The avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, who has realized the state of superconsciousness, is transmitting his experience of Paramashivoham via initiation. This program will change who you know as yourself, your very being, to make you radiate superconsciousness. Paramashivoham, which means I am Paramashiva. This is the truth. Paramashiva is the ultimate consciousness, the source of all creation, the Karana, Karya and Mula, the cause, effect and source of all that we perceive and all that is unmanifest in our life. And the Paramashivoham program is from the 19th of February, which is almost in 1 month, to March 11th, which is an online program. And in this program, we will be seeing the deeper experiences of the 25 states of consciousness, the vertical time zones, and manifesting the extraordinary powers of Paramashiva. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is gracing all of us by explaining more about the vertical time zones and unraveling the mysteries of the parallel universe in a live webinar that is happening tomorrow on the Sunday. If you are in the Eastern Hemisphere, it is at 8 p.m. IST, and if you're in the Eastern Hemisphere, it is 6:30 a.m. Pacific time, where you can attend the live webinar and register for the webinar, and we will also be explaining on how you can register for the webinar. But before that, let us see how to register for the Paramashivoham program. So, and of course, not to forget the BHAVASAMADHI Darshan, the Darshan where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism embodies the various beings, like how they manifest in the Archavatara, they manifest in the Nija Avatar through the body of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So here we can see a short glimpse of what is the science of BHAVASAMADHI Darshan. And let us now move on to know how we can register for the Paramashivoham program. So when you are in this website, kailasa.org/Paramashivoham, you can click on the register icon, which is here in the top of the page. And once you click on the button, it will guide you to the whole registration form where you can register yourself for the upcoming program, the Paramashivoham Level 3 program. So you can begin by selecting the program, which is Paramashivoham Level 3, and the zone which you belong. You might belong to, for example, California, and fill in your first name and last name, and if you have any spiritual name, you can fill in, and your date of birth, and the gender, male or female, and you can put in your email address so that you get notifications of the program, and the acharyas can reach out to you on how you can register and participate in the program, and you can get all the details of the program through your email and of course your phone number. You can select the country, in this case United States, and type in your phone number. And once you put your phone number, you can put your language preference so that the acharyas of the program can arrange for the translation that you will be having during the program, as the program will be conducted by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism in English. And if you need any other language, you can put the language if you want, like Spanish or French or any other language, and then select your country, the state and city which you are in, and your address and zip code, and any of the medical conditions that you have, as the acharyas will then be careful to guide you on some of, let's say, the breathing techniques, which, for example, if you're a heart patient, it might be difficult for you, it might be uncomfortable to perform some of the pranayamas, the breathing exercises. So you can mention any prior medical conditions, and you can mention any of the previous programs that you have attended. Maybe you would have attended any webinars or the Inner Awakening programs, and then you can begin, you can read the disclaimers and sign below and submit your registration to attend the Paramashivoham Level 3 program. And after you submit, the Acharyas will be available for you and reach out to you and guide you on how you can participate in the program, make the Guru Dakshina, the donation for the program, and participate in the Paramashivoham program. So with that, we can see the various ways we can register for the Paramashivoham program, and I'm sure many of us are curious about tomorrow's webinar that is on the vertical time zones, which I will also be explaining about. So here we can see the webinar, the Unraveling the Mysteries of the Parallel Universe, the webinar on the vertical time zone, which is happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. IST and 6:30 a.m. IST, 6:30 a.m. Pacific time. And there's also a beautiful discourse given by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the multiverses. So let us see this short video where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism shares about the multiverses. So I request all the participants, all the viewers, to get into a space of deep listening so that we can get ready for the webinar that is happening tomorrow. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism will be directly gracing all of us by conducting the webinar.
Maybe from tomorrow, when you guys practice samyama, have one or two pillow just on the hip. You have to lie down on the back, but have one or two pillow for the hip. I do not know the reason, but this is what you used to do. Below my back, below my spine, especially the area where the Muladhara Swadhisthana. Back side, you will put the rock and I will have to lie down. The head will be down and the leg will be down. He used to put little big rock, at least 2 feet height rock, on that I will have to lie down. Maybe that was the rock which was near when he used to take me to do this samyama. He will ask me to lie down. You guys may not need 2 feet height, but maybe 2-3 pillows. But it should be down, and you should be able to gaze at the sky. That's the way it should be. So, anyhow, when I used to gaze, I used to do it for a long time. You guys can try, at least do 2 cycles, 42 minutes. But if you can, do even 1 or 2 hours. That's up to you. But do at least 42 minutes. It will be really very powerful. So, I have seen suddenly the very frequency of the body will change. Especially now you guys are going to fast and do. When you fast, your body changing your awareness, transcending the lower awareness and getting into the higher awareness is very easy. You see, when you want to change the gear in the car, if the gearbox is lubricated, the unclutching and changing the gear is very easy. Same way, if you are practicing this liquid diet during this samyama, the changing the gear and you falling into the higher and higher consciousnesses, that entering into the transcendental consciousness will be very strong, very quick. That is why the fasting is used as a powerful technique for enlightenment. I want all you guys to know this is a very powerful process. When you do it along with this with the fasting, you will really be able to enter into the altered awarenesses, altered states of consciousnesses. Only thing you should take care that you should not get ulcer. Drink lot of juice and once talk to your doctor so that you take care of your health also. You should not have any disease, problem which will create gastric trouble or any other stomach ulcer or anything because of this fasting. That you need to consult once with your doctor. And take neem juice morning. That will take care of everything. That will take care of everything. I have seen in my life. Very easily you can fall into the higher states of consciousness when you fast and practice this kind of samyama. And I myself have seen the Siddhas, Rishis, Munis, not just in this plane, in this cosmos, in the multi-universe, in the different universes. Your system enters into a suddenly different frequency. You will have the vision and darshan of them. They will appear in front of you. They will guide you. They will even talk to you. And many of your doubts can be clarified. Many of your experiences can become inspiration for enlightenment. So actually when you see a Siddha or Rishi or Muni, what will you do? Naturally you will ask for enlightenment. Or you may ask for something. They will bless you and it will be a more inspiration. Even if you ask for the worldly things, it will be an inspiration. Once you get it, it will be an inspiration for you to have more and more spiritual practice and samyama and get enlightened. So I wanted all of you to know there are multi-universes and I have seen them. I even saw some of their infrastructure, how they have roads, how they have traveling systems, how they travel, all those things I have seen. Maybe when time comes, I'll describe all my Akashic experiences, Akashic recordings.
Yes, Nithyananda. So that was a short introduction by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on what are the multi-universes and what are the 11 dimensions. And let's now go through how to register for this program. So when you click on the button here, register now, you will be taken into a new tab website where you can register for the webinar tomorrow. It is just like the registration form, exactly same actually, the registration form that we saw for the Paramashivoham level 3. You would just be selecting the program as the webinar, Unravel the Mystery of the Parallel Universe, and then fill in all the rest of the details which has been asked in the registration form. And once you fill, and you can click on submit, and then you will receive the details on how you can participate in the webinar tomorrow. And just to reiterate, the webinar is happening tomorrow at 8 p.m. IST, which is 6:30 a.m. PST, Pacific Standard Time. And there's also a beautiful way where we can get ready, prepare ourselves for the webinar. So when you're in the website, you can click on the click here to view the document where you can prepare yourself for attending the webinar. So with that, we have seen about the Paramashivoham level 3 program and how you can register yourself for the Paramashivoham level 3 program and tomorrow's webinar. And we will now be moving on to the next segment after a short break.
Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness. I am your Guru. I will make you enlightened. It's my commitment. Till you become Paramashiva, I won't rest. Don't worry at all. To all my disciples, I give you this as a boon. I'll swallow everything with which you are stuck and liberate you all. Time itself is nothing but your decision to struggle with the same rut. Your decision to struggle with the same rut is time, Kala. Your decision to swallow time is Kala Bhairava. Stand. Be a conscious woman or man. Be conscious being. Shrink the time through conscious will persistence. Make the future into present by being ferocious with yourself. The moment you decide, your consciousness is the...
Yes, so welcoming all and everyone for this segment of Glimpses of the Glorious Past on the 15th of January. On this segment, if you do not already know, we go through the years since the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism started his public life, and we cover the various activities and contribution that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has offered to Hinduism and to humanity through his mission of reviving the Sri Kailasa nation, the only Hindu nation. So without further ado, we'll be going into the first year for today. Here we can see the year of 2005, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism personally performing the Guru Puja along with the Kailavasis and devotees. So Kailavasis, for those who are not, who do not know, are devotees and disciples who surrendered their life for the mission of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and are full-time living in monasteries, dedicating their lifetime and energy for the sake of the revival of the Sri Kailasa nation. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism offering the Guru Puja under the banyan tree in Adi Kailasa to Dakshinamurti. Dakshinamurti is the embodiment of Paramashiva, the Adi Guru. Paramashiva assumed the form of Dakshinamurti as the first Guru, to start the Guru-disciple relationship, which is the backbone of Hinduism. So the Guru Puja is of extreme importance for strengthening and keeping the Guru-disciple relationship dimension of Sanatana Hindu Dharma alive, as this is how the knowledge, initiation, powers, and ultimately enlightenment is transferred from generation to generation. So the Guru Puja is a very powerful ritual that we perform in the morning before engaging with the day, remembering Paramashiva, remembering Guru, remembering the ultimate, our superconsciousness, before engaging in the daily activities through the five senses. So the Guru Puja is of extreme importance, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism said many things about the importance of Guru Puja, one of them being that this is how you sit with Paramashiva, and it allows you to digest yourself. Any form of life negativity, any form of incompletion you might be cherishing, knowingly or unknowingly. When you do the puja, you have to sit with Paramashiva, with Guru, and with yourself, and you will allow this completion process to happen for the complete completion to blossom within your being. So a very powerful ritual to be performed in the morning. Best is not to consume anything before, and to do it as soon as we finish the taking bath and doing the kriyas, the pancha kriyas, early in the morning. So here, an amazing blessing for those who were there to be able to see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism offering puja. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism said that the best moment to see him, the best moment to have darshan of him is when he does puja. He gets into an ecstatic bliss which can be seen and experienced by the people around him when he enters into the space of puja.
The next year, we can see the 15th of January 2006, we can see the Mattu Pongal celebrations in Adi Kailasa, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism beautifully revealed in the satsangs on the Pongal Makar Sankranti celebrations. Today is the auspicious day where one day after the worship to Bhagavan Shiva Surya, the form of Paramashiva, which represents the whole sun in all our lives. So one day after the celebrations of Bhagavan Shiva Surya, we celebrate all the various animals and even tools that are used for the agriculture and give our gratitude to all of them. So in the Vedic tradition, it's a beautiful practice where we worship especially the cow, who is in the Vedas and Agamas. It is given that inside the cow, it is literally Kamadhenu. All the gods and goddesses are in each part of the cow. And as the cow is giving us the sacred milk for the Abhishekam to the deities, and giving us the milk, the curd, the butter, the ghee. And that is why the cow is so sacred, as we worship the cow in Hindu Sanatana Dharma, and it helps us so much in the agriculture, as it helps us in plowing the fields, it helps us in grazing and making the land fertile for the crops to grow, for the agricultural products to flourish. So that is why we celebrate the next day of the Pongal celebrations as the Mattu Pongal. In Tamil, the meaning is, it is the celebration of the cow, where we celebrate the various beings which help us in the agriculture, in the organic agriculture. So here we can see the celebrations in Adi Kailasa, where the Go Puja is done, and the benefits of Go Puja are literally immeasurable and given in the Vedas and Agamas. So actually in Adi Kailasa, and as per the scriptural injunctions given by Paramashiva in the Agamas, every morning the cow is worshipped, and today it is a day dedicated to doing the worship to Gomata, the ultimate in the form of the cow. So here we have beautiful pictures of the Mattu Pongal celebrations on the 15th of January 2006.
Entering now in the year 2008, on the 15th of January, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts a special session in Hindu University of America. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism went on various world tour since he started his public life. Here we can see one of those events that the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism attended to and graced with his presence. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has been working actively since the beginning of his life, but especially since he started his public life, in order to revive Hinduism, to enrich people, to reach out with the powerful cognitions that Hinduism has to offer to the world. So here, obviously, the Hindu University of America, a very good place for enriching about Hinduism to happen. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism did appear in the Hindu University of America and shared various things regarding Sanatana Hindu Dharma and ultimately his mission of reviving Sri Kailasa, the only Hindu nation, the civilizational nation, enlightenment ecosystem. So here we can have a few pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism addressing in that event.
Subramanya, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has graced the city of Tiruchendur by going to the Tiruchendur temple, where the temple actually, if you would have gone with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism or you would have visited the temple by your own, you would see that it is right next to the ocean. And even though many of us would have known on the year 2004, there was a huge tsunami which hit the east coast of southern India, and this temple stood strong and literally nothing happened to this temple, even though it's right near the sea. It's right next to the beach. So that is the power of this temple as protected by Bhagavan Subramanya himself. And all of us can see the pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gracing the temple of Tiruchendur, one of the abodes of Bhagavan Subramanya. And we will now be moving on to the next year. Here we can also see a few more pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism receiving the sacred respects from the priests of the Tiruchendur temple, as in the Hindu Sanatana Dharma, whenever an enlightened master, whenever incarnation visits these holy temples, there is a huge elaborate ritual which is performed where we welcome the avatar, we welcome the spiritual master with the Purna Kumbha, which represents completion, and also the sacred garland and the cloth and the various offerings, which is the best offerings of the temple. We present it whenever the incarnations, whenever the spiritual masters come to the temple, when they grace the temple. So here we can see one such instance where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is visiting the Tiruchendur temple, and all the respects are being offered by the chief priests, by the Dharmakarta of the temple, the person in charge, the responsible person of the temple.
Entering now in the year 2010, on the 15th of January, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism conducts the Kalpataru session in Dubai. So, like mentioned a little bit earlier, Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has traveled across the world, in all the continents, in all the major cities, making himself available, conducting programs and sessions, and ultimately giving darshan and individual blessings to the participants who came to attend and receive the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Here we can see the Kalpataru session conducted in Dubai. The Kalpataru, for those who are not familiar, is a program designed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, revealing the science of manifesting your desires. It is a program which gives us the knowledge of what inner space should be cherished in order to manifest what we want, and what technique and processes we can go through to identify the causes of the non-manifestation, to drop these causes and incompletions, and ultimately create the space for the manifestation so that our energy, our Kundalini, can be awakened fully and flow in that direction for that desire to manifest into reality. So the Kalpataru program is a very short program, but surely a very powerful one, and revealing one of the most important dimensions of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, which is the creation of your reality, manifesting what you desire in your life. So here on the picture on the left, we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism giving individual blessing and darshan to a participant, receiving the initiation and the transfer of the Kundalini awakening, as well as the purification of the biomemory. something that happens automatically when the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, 1008th avatar of Paramashiva, touches you directly.
We will now be looking at the next year of the 14th of January 2011, where we can see the Pongal celebrations with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism cooking the Pongal traditionally as told by Paramashiva in the Vedas and Agamas, where Paramashiva instructs in the Bhaga Shastra, the scripture revealed by Paramashiva, for the cooking, the ingredients on how to cook the various food organically and through the right methods of cooking. So as told by Paramashiva, here we can see in the mud pot, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism cooking the Pongal and then offering the cooked Pongal, the sweet and the Pongal dish to Bhagavan Paramashiva and to the Arunachala hill, which we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is in the Adi Arunachala Sarvanya Pitha, and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism cooked the Pongal and offered it to Bhagavan Paramashiva and shared it as a prasada to all the devotees and annadhan to all the devotees, disciples and visitors who came to the Arunachala Sarvanya Pitha on that day. So here we can see the beautiful pictures of that auspicious day of Pongal on the 14th of January 2011.
Entering into the year 2012, again on the 15th of January, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blesses everyone on the auspicious day of Makara Shankaranti. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, again, we are covering the days of the Pongal celebration, which go on for a few days at this time of the year, every year. So here we can see, again, in 2012, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing, giving discourse, and ultimately enlightening everyone through his words and various rituals in which he physically took part. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing the Kailaivasis and all the devotees, disciples, followers, visitors who came to Adi Kailasa to have the physical darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as usual, radiating bliss and auspiciousness, blessing everyone. We can see on the right few of the participants in the hall listening and attending to the discourse and the blessings of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
The next we have the 15th of January, where 2013, where we can see as part of the morning satsang, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism elaborated on the concept of Brahmanyam Bahuputratam, the feeling of I am the chosen one. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism said when a master gives sannyas, he should make the disciples feel he or she is the son or daughter of the cosmos. That disciple should feel I am the chosen one of the cosmos. Swamiji also elaborated on the Nachiketa Agni, the threefold fire of Nachiketa, and its importance for every spiritual seeker. Any process has threefold, completing it successfully, staying in the same place, same space, and having the necessary tools to come back successfully if you fell by accident. So the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the 15th of January 2013 expanded on the sacred truth of Brahmanyam Bahuputrata in the beautiful Upanishad of Kathopanishad, where Bhagavan Yama, the Lord Yama, explains to Nachiketa, a small boy, on the various truths on death and how we can overcome the fear of death and the secrets revealed on death. The story of Nachiketa is a beautiful one, where if the viewers, if any of the participants do not know who Nachiketa is, there was once a king called Vajashrava, Ujjaishrava, and he was performing a ritual to go to the higher planes and the higher states and receive the Shaktis and Siddhis. When it came to the part where he had to do the Godhana, the offering of the cow in Hindu tradition, in the Hindu Sanatana Dharma, the offering of cow is one of the most important offerings. As we discussed earlier, the cow is one of the most sacred animal which supports and is a very important aspect of the temple-based ecosystem in the Hindu tradition, in the Hindu lifestyle. And when the Godhana was happening, Ujjaishrava, Vajashrava, the king, he was giving away all the feeble and the cows which are not producing much milk, the cows who are not capable, who are not healthy. In the Vedas and Agamas, it is clearly mentioned that when one gives the offerings during a ritual, when one gives the various danas, it has to be the best of the best. The Uttamottama has to be offered to Paramashiva and has to be offered as dana. But here, the king, Vajashrava, he was offering the feeble cows and the cows which are not fit to be offered in the dana. So his small son, Nachiketa, who is barely the age of 7, saw what his father is doing, the king, and he went and questioned. He kept questioning the king, but the king kept pushing Nachiketa aside and did not listen to Nachiketa. But Nachiketa, by his will persistence, kept asking his father, Vajashrava, and his father got irritated and declared that, "Shall I offer you to the god of death?" And Nachiketa, with his utmost sincerity, with his utmost authenticity, he says yes, and immediately he gets teleported to the Yamaloka, as in those days we had the knowledge where we can teleport to the various vertical dimensions which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is revealing and reviving that science now. So Nachiketa, as a small boy, went to the abode of Yama, the god of death, and when he went there, he did not meet Yama, as Yama was not available, and he waited for 3 whole days without food or water. And just imagine a small, less than 7-year-old boy waiting literally at the door of the god of death with such authenticity, as it's described in the Kathopanishad, Shraddha Vivecha, which means possessed by authenticity. And Nachiketa, at the end of the 3rd day, after 3 whole days, Lord Yama comes back to his abode and he sees the small boy waiting in front of his door. And he says that, as you have been waiting here for the past 3 days, I give you, as in the Vedic tradition, whenever a Brahmana comes to your door, you need to welcome the Brahmana and give all the ceremonial worship and give the water to wash the feet, water to drink, and the new clothes and all the various offerings. But here Yama left this Brahmana, the child, for 3 whole days without any food or water. So Bhagavan Yama, he bestows his compassion on Nachiketa and he asks him to ask for 3 bones. And Nachiketa, out of his utmost tyaga, sacrifice, the first bone that he asks is not for himself, but for his father, to forgive him for all the sins that he has committed, to forgive him and to make sure that the ritual he's doing is successfully completed. And Bhagavan Yama blesses him with the first and second boons. And for the 3rd bone, Nachiketa asks that he wants to know the science of what happens after the soul leaves the body. And the Lord of Death, of course, this is his secret. This is the secret that he keeps with himself. And now this young boy is asking for that secret, and he tries to give alternative boons, such as the 10,000 cows or thousands of kgs of gold or whatever he asks Nachiketa, except that one. Ask any other boon that you want, I will give it to you at this instant. But Nachiketa, as he is the embodiment of authenticity, he sticks to his integrity and he asks only for the signs of death. And Lord Yama bestows the signs of death, which by the grace and compassion has been revealed to all of us today by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, and all of us can see the various satsangs on the Kathopanishad in Nithyanandapedia, or the official channel of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, where all the satsangs are given on the Kathopanishad, which are there in the repository in Nithyanandapedia, where you can see the satsang and also the transcript of the satsangs that happened on that day. And we will now be moving on to a beautiful video where we have the glimpses of the Pongal celebrations with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism on the 15th of January 2015. So let's all take a glimpse of this auspicious day.
Nithyananda
So let us now enter into the year 2016, glimpses of the Pongal celebration with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. So as mentioned earlier, every year around this period in the year, it is the celebration of Pongal. So here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism blessing, receiving the Puja Prasadam, blessing everyone in the temple of Adi Kailasa, all the Adinavasis, devotees, disciples who gathered to witness the festivities of the Pongal celebration. Again, reminding that during the Pongal celebration, we worship Surya. Yes. So on this day, we worship Shiva Surya. We invoke the blessings, the presence of the sun, Surya, for the crops to yield during the year. We also worship all the animals which are related to the manifestation of food, so that the entire year will be auspicious and the lack of food will not be experienced. Anadan will be happening, plentiful, and that is one of the main dimensions of the celebration of the Pongal celebration. It is an indigenous tradition which is observed in Sanatana Hindu Dharma. Here we can see a few pictures of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism pouring the milk into the clay pot, which is going to be lit afterwards. And we are going to boil the milk, the rice, and the jaggery in the clay pot until the milk overflows from the pot. That is the culmination, the climax of the ritual. So we can see on the left, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism pouring the milk, and on the right we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism lighting the fire after having offered Agni Arati. So after offering the Arati, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism pours the fire, the Agni, into the wooden sticks which are beneath the clay pot to allow the cooking to start.
We are now entering the 15th of January 2018, where we can see the glimpses of the Mattu Pongal celebration with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism offering the worship to the cow, the Gomata, as it is a very revered animal in Hinduism, and every Pongal, every year, we have this day dedicated to the animals which help in the Hindu agriculture, and we give our gratitude to them for providing us with all that we need for our daily food and the help that they do to grow the crops, to either plow the field or give the manure for the crops to grow in a fertile way. We offer our gratitude to not only the cow, but all beings and even the tools that are used to grow the crops in the organic way in the Hindu agriculture, as mentioned by Paramashiva in the Vedas and Agamas. And here we can see the various celebrations of the Mattu Pongal with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism.
Also wanting to add that the cow is extremely revered in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism revealed that the cows are extremely non-violent. Their biomemory heals anyone who is in their breathing space from any form of violence in our life, subtle ones and less subtle ones. The cow has an extremely enriching nature, where every dimension of the cow contributes to its environment. and the cow only requires very, very little for it to be sustained. So the cow naturally provides the muscles when required for the crops. It provides calves, so more cows can be happening. There's also the cow dung, which is used for various things. There's even the cow urine, which is used for medicinal purposes in some cases. And obviously the milk, which becomes curd, ghee, and other derived product from milk. So all the dimensions of the cows are extremely valuable and enriching to us, especially human beings, and the environment. The cows have a very peaceful nature. So when we take care of the cows, when we do the go seva, and when we build the goshalas, we experience that motherliness. The cow has a very motherly nature. So that motherliness is experienced and transmitted. Literally, our biomemory, like mentioned, any form of frustration, depression, any form of violence inside our biomemory gets cleansed, and we come back to a pure state of restful awareness and loving nature. So cows are very important. Even in this festival in Pongal, we cook the rice in the milk. So it is very important dimension of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, which the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism stands for and revives. This dimension, which has been forgotten in today's world, has to be brought back to light, and it has to be brought back as a lifestyle across the globe. Entering now into the year 2019, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasanidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivam, expounded on the cosmic principles of Kailasa during the everyday life public talk, the Nithyananda Satsang. In this talk entitled, Kailasa is the enlightenment ecosystem, His Divine Holiness opened the Satsang with blessings for an auspicious Pongal festival, the great Makara Shankaranti, during which the worship of the Shiva Surya, the right eye of Paramashiva, happened. His Divine Holiness introduced a new book to the delegates, Energy Science in Vedas, written by Dr. Ramanesh Kumar Maneria and Veda Priya, published by the Parimal Publications. He requested that all delegates respect the copyright and buy it and read the book. He exclaimed that the authors have done a wonderful job collecting various Shastra Pramanas and connecting them with the modern day Pratiksha Pramana, and showing how the Pratiksha Pramana science is growing towards the most scientific science, the Vedic science. So inviting each and everyone to go listen to this satsang. You can go on Nithyanandapedia and you can type this date, the 15th of January 2019. The satsang will be made available to you on the page. Very important discourse by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, expanding on the principles of Kailasa, Kailasa being the enlightenment ecosystem, a civilizational nation, which has for main purpose the revival and protection of Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the most ancient tradition still alive on planet Earth, which has shown through time, has developed time-tested techniques and lifestyle, allowing humanity to go through all the ups and downs that it has faced since the beginning of time. So naturally, this tradition and Sanatana Hindu Dharma, also known as Hinduism, is extremely contributing and has a lot to offer in today's world for today's humanity. So the revival of Sanatana Hindu Dharma is very important. He also mentioned about this book, which he recommends everybody to go and purchase and read, having beautiful work done towards connecting what is revealed in the sacred scriptures by Paramashiva himself from the beginning of time immemorial to what the science today is starting to discover and understand. So the link between all that is being nicely established in the book. So inviting each and everyone to go and get the book and receive all this enriching through this book.
We will now be entering into the next year, which is the 15th of January 2021, where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism attends and receives Paramashiva, and Devi Parashakti during the procession in Tiruvannamalai, the Arunachala Sarvanya Pitha. And here we can see the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gracing the occasion virtually, and the delegates and the people, the Adhinavasis, the members of the sovereign order of Kailasa, are offering the respects on behalf of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism and Kailasa to the Archavataras, the Utsava Murtis of Arunachaleswara and Devi Unnamalai Amman, who are gracing all of us, and all of us can see the deities of Bhagavan Paramashiva who are brought out in procession, and that is a very unique concept to Hindu Sanatana Dharma, where we can see the whole temple based ecosystem, where the temple is the center for the whole city, and even Bhagavan Paramashiva comes out to grace all the devotees and all the residents of that city. And there's a chance, as the deity in the Garbha Mandir is quite far away, and many times the devotees, because of lots of crowd, are not able to see the deity, are not able to be with the deity for a long time. And that is why, for each and every one to offer the respects, to be with the deity, to be with the Archavatara comes out in the form of Utsava Murtis during the celebrations to grace all the residents of that city, and for them to offer their respects, their devotion, their gratitude to Bhagavan Paramashiva, Devi Parashakti, or any of the gods and goddesses who come in the procession. And the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as the reviver of this temple based ecosystem, is reviving this tradition in all Kailasas all over the world, where we have the temples and we have the Utsava Murtis, where during each celebration we take the Utsava Murtis in procession to meet all the devotees and residents of that city, so that they can offer their respects, their gratitude to Bhagavan Paramashiva. And here we can see the deities of Bhagavan Arunachaleshwara and Devi Apita Kujambal, and we can see the Arunachala Sarvanya Pitha offering the Mandaka Padi, which is a beautiful offering described by Bhagavan Paramashiva in the Vedas and Agamas, where Bhagavan Paramashiva clearly states what are the different offerings that a devotee has to offer when Bhagavan Paramashiva comes in the procession, comes as the embodiment in the form of the Utsava Murti. Bhagavan Paramashiva dictates the various offerings in the Vedas and Agamas, where we offer the Purna Kumbha, which is the pot of completion, and we offer the sacred Mala, the flower garlands, and we offer the Naivedyam, which is the food offering. We offer the new cloth for both Bhagavan Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti, and we offer jewelry and the various offerings, which are mentioned in the Vedas and Agamas, as we celebrate the Archavatara coming out of the temple to grace all the residents of that city, to grace all of us, where we can offer our devotion, our gratitude, and directly relate to the deity in very close quarters. And here we can see the Arunachala Sarvangapita, offering all those respects to Bhagavan Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti when they came out in procession on this auspicious day of the 15th of January 2021.
Also wanted to add that the city of Tiruvannamalai is the place where the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism landed and took his avatar, his form as an avatar. And this is where he got initiated, trained, and given the responsibility to start the revival of the Sri Kailasa nation. So Tiruvannamalai is a very, very auspicious and very holy city in south of India, where the mountain of Arunachala is present. Arunachala being literally the physical body of Paramashiva. Here we can see the deities coming out of the Arunachaleshwara temple, going across around Arunachala and blessing all the devotees and all the adinams which are established around that sacred hill. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism grew up in this temple-based enlightenment ecosystem where everything is made available for you to experience the pure oneness with Paramashiva, for you to experience enlightenment, the purpose for which we assume the human body in the first place. So all this lifestyle and all these rituals are extremely important, and very fortunate are those who grow up in such an ecosystem, as this lifestyle is introduced to them from the very early age, and they imbibe the various dimensions of this lifestyle. So like Tattvananda Maharaj just shared, these various rituals and offerings which are made to the deities who come out of the temple for the sake of blessing the devotees on that specific day. So there's specific days where this ritual happens, and one of them being on this very day last year. Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, as seen in the picture on the left, in complete ecstasy and bliss, remembering and seeing Bhagavan Paramashiva and Devi Parashakti. So this event happened live last year, and every year inviting each and every one of you to come and see the live Nithyananda Satsang during those celebrations, which are relayed live online on our various social media platforms. So with this, we'll be right back after a short break. Stay tuned.
Your consciousness as power at this moment to swallow, digest, clean up all negativity and all toxins. Develop a powerful will persistence. That's the most important asset for life. I am not giving you some life positive blah blah. I am giving you the facts of life. I am triggering your consciousness.
Yes, so welcoming each and everyone back. Let us now get ready to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The next part of the program, the live Kalpataru Darshan. So sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes. Visualize and remember Swamiji, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, in your third eye or your Anandagandha. chant the Mahavakya internally, visualizing the mantra rotating around your Vishuddhi chakra, your throat center. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. So chant the Mahavakya, the Ajapa Japa internally. Connect deeply, cherish intensely, feeling connection with Bhagwan Paramashiva and his avatar, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Get into an intense space of listening, of devotion, surrender, seeking and oneness with the ultimate, with Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Unclutch from the activities of the mind and whatever you have gone through or you're going to go through in the day. Be fully present here, now, in the receptive mood to receive the presence, the initiation, the words of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, to allow manifestation of oneness and the manifestation of Shaktis, Paramashiva's powers, to happen in you, to radiate through you. Breathe in deeply. Exhale slowly and deeply.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Chant the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Chant continuously, intensely. Allow the vibrations to raise your frequency of consciousness, to intensify the feeling connection with Paramashiva, with Swamiji, with the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Jagat Guru Mahasannidhanam, His Divine Holiness, Bhagwan Nithyananda Paramashivam. Establish yourself in the powerful cognition and yearning to receive the darshan of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Inhale deeply and slowly. Exhale deeply and slowly. On this auspicious time of Makara Sankranti, invoke the blessings of Shiva Surya, keeping the head, neck, and spine in a straight line to allow the Kundalini to rise in your spine, to allow the Shakti of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism to manifest in your body. Cherish deep feeling connection with the 1008th avatar of Paramashiva, and establish yourself in a space of oneness with Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. Visualize intensely Paramashiva in your third eye,
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.